Hey, good evening. How are all of my air signs doing out there? My name is Morty, and I just want to welcome you to tonight's read. Doing something a little bit different, right? Doing a read for the signs. And this will be for the beginning of 2019, right? The first few days, the first week. I just wanted to find out what some of the more prominent resonating energies were out there ahead of the different signs. And just see if you can give some guidance and direction on for all of us on maybe what we could be looking out for. Those energies that we want to resonate with, right? That we want to attract and bring into our lives, and maybe have a better heads up on some of those other limiting energies out there that we want to avoid. I mean, the goal overall is for all of us to be able to raise our frequency, right? So, simply put, that's kind of what my goal is as a tarot reader for all of you, is to be able to share a message, right? To share truth. Where choice has not been made yet. It's just a forecast of what may be ahead. But that forecast better prepares you for the weather ahead, right? And if you're better prepared for the weather, it means you can operate at a higher frequency. Just raising the vibration. Anyways, that's why I call it Love and Abundance Tarot. Because I'm all about that. I'm all about experience in life. And I mean, we're all creators, right? We're creating our experience. Why not create an experience of love and abundance? Yeah, I just don't like to really focus too much on the doom and the gloom and all the ugliness. It's there, recognize it, right? But move on past it, right? Just allow it to complete. Transition. So, enough of me rattling. Hey, some of you have ordered personal reads out there, and I really have enjoyed providing those personal reads for you guys. It's been great. Those of you who are interested in getting a personal read, you can read below in the description. It tells you how to reach out to me just by way of email. It's pretty simple, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I'm really happy to learn from the comments that you guys leave, which thank you so much for. I read all of them. From the comments that my reads are resonating with you, right? That you're connecting with a lot of the truths and the energies that I'm connecting with through the read. So that makes me feel good. So thank you very much. And the last thing is thank you for everybody that's contributed and donated towards the station or this channel. It's what makes it possible. It's what makes it possible for me to take this kind of time to be able to share these reads with you guys. Okay, so the first thing I want to do for air signs is I want to see what affirmation air signs would find beneficial taking them into the new year, right? I'm just going to call this kind of my new year read. So you may have your sun sign in as an air sign, right? So air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, right? So your sun sign may be in one of those signs, or your moon or rising may be an air sign. But to be honest, most of us have different zodiacs and such all throughout our chart. So you may not have, you may not be an air sign, but you may find that this read resonates with you, right? Because you probably have air in your chart. Or you may just be intuitively guided to have come across this read, and if so, I welcome you. I'm happy to have you here. Okay, so I pre-shuffled my decks, but I like to shuffle them one more time, and then I just cut the deck 3 times, and then I pull the card from the bottom. Alright, I have to say, this affirmation is an affirmation that I don't think I've pulled before, so kind of excites me. It's a great one. Imagination, the number 41. This is for air signs. Kind of appropriate. Imagination, right? Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Man, that's beautiful. It gives me goosebumps. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send thanks to thee. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send thanks to thee. I love that. Yeah, I think what I love most about it is I love the expression of gratitude, right? In the second sentence, divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Yeah, there's something to be said about gratitude, you know. yeah, to feel gratitude for having, such a fantastic imagination, right? A vivid imagination. Because usually before we become anything in life, right, typically we see ourselves doing that first, right? It's our imagination. And really, I mean, what did Einstein say? Imagination is more important than knowledge. It's so true. It's the power and the energy behind imagination, because every great idea, every great dream, anybody who's ever moved or made a difference in the world had to have the imagination to believe that they could do it. It's beautiful. And you're giving credit to the divine ones. I love it. It's balance. Okay, so air signs, we're off to a great start so far. Okay, now what I want to do is I just want to see what the opening energy is, taking us into the read for air signs. Okay, good card. Air signs, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles, this is a card that symbolizes abundance. If you look at the figure here, she stands in front of her stone fountain. She's next to her tame tiger. She's surrounded by these 10 pentacles. She has a pheasant here, pheasant hair in her, or pheasant feathers in her hair. It just represents kind of nobility, right? Wealth, if you will. She's worked hard to attain this abundance, and this is her enjoying and feeling it, taking this abundance in. Now, abundance can come in all kinds of different shapes and forms. It doesn't have to mean necessarily material abundance, right? It can be spiritual abundance, emotional abundance, an abundance of love, an abundance of friendships, an abundance of support, right? An abundance of imagination and great ideas, an abundance of energy. Sorry, just want to point out different types of abundance. Okay, we have the Tower card. So the Tower card, this can be kind of a grim looking card, right? You see the lightning coming out of the skies, striking the tower. Tower's in these tumultuous waters. I mean, even the gulls are flying away looking for a place to fly. Tower's going down. So the Tower card, it typically shows up anytime if there's a necessary change that we need to make in our life, right? And we're just not taking the initiative to make that change for whatever reason. Sometimes the universe will step in, symbolized by the lightning striking this tower, and it will shift and move things around in our atmosphere in order to allow that change to take place, right? And change, even though most of us resist it all the time, change is a beautiful thing. Okay, we have the Hierophant, which is also the card of Taurus. So the Hierophant, this represents seeking some of that spiritual wisdom and knowledge, understanding, seeking truth and answers. It can represent a rabbi or a priest, a religious or spiritual leader, someone that we look up to a lot. It can represent our highest self, right? Seeking wisdom. Okay, we have the Ten of Cups. This is a beautiful card, right? So this is two people in love. It can be a romantic relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be one. But I think there's maybe a good chance that it is, because this is the Ten of Cups, right? So this is husband and wife and probably children and such too. It's the completion of that, right? It's not a brand new, we're just fell in love kind of relationship. These are two people that know one another, right? Love and trust, unconditional love. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, this is a great energy, right? Queen of Cups is the most loving queen. She's beautiful. She sits in this purple dress, and she sits in front of her reed throne, and she has both feet in the water, symbolizing emotion and feeling, right? She's the Queen of Cups, so she's the Queen of Love. The most loving queen. It's a great energy. Wow, beautiful. We have the Empress, and this is coming in underneath the tower, right? So the Empress, she's beautiful. Notice she's also pregnant. So what this could mean is, it could mean that there are some air signs out there that could possibly be getting pregnant in January, or maybe they're pregnant now. She's in this beautiful red dress. She has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on dry land, representing balance. And she's graced by these butterflies, right, flying around her. And butterflies to me seem so delicate and graceful, kind of like the Empress. It's a great energy. It's an all-loving, unconditional loving kind of energy. Okay, tell me more. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is coming in underneath the Hierophant. All right. So I don't know, it tells me that there could be some air signs out there. You could be in a relationship with a Taurus, or you could have a Taurus in your life that's pretty substantial relationship. Queen of Pentacles, she sits at her ancient tree throne. She didn't become the Queen of Pentacles overnight. She's experienced life. She's tasted of life. She knows life's ups and downs, ebbs and flows, doesn't judge. She's stable, secure, not real emotional, great with details. Doesn't miss anything. Okay, we have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man, this energy is represented by, if you look at the figure, he's hanging from his ankles in this tree, and he has his blindfold over his eyes, right? He's hanging on purpose. He's choosing to not make a decision. He's kind of sacrificing in a way, right? He's not making a quick, rash decision. He's waiting it out, making sure that he knows what decision he wants to make, right? Anytime this card comes up, it's usually telling us that whatever, if somebody has been in hangman mode, they're about to come out of hangman mode, right? So there could be some air signs where you've been kind of indecisive about something in your life, and this is saying, you'll be coming out of that. Or the energy is resonating out there for you to come out of that. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups. The Knight in shining armor. That's who this knight is. Most knights come in on a horse. He comes in on a unicorn. A beautiful white one at that. He comes in on a full moon. The horse, or the unicorn, is walking through water, right? This is an abundance of love. And it's coming into the atmosphere of air signs. It just represents that kind of energy. And this is coming in under the Queen of Cups. Okay, so closing energies, taking us out of the read. We have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles represents balance. If you look at the nymph in the card, she has these pentacles on the ends of her arms, and she's actually maintaining this kind of ballet-like, poetic, it's beautiful balance. It's almost artistic the way she's doing it. She's doing a pretty good job. Okay. We have the Four of Wands. This is also the happily ever after card. So what this tells me, for some air signs, is that you are forming a union, right, with another person in a relationship. This is either happening in January or it's happening now. It's part of your, it's in your atmosphere inside of January, beginning of January. Exchanging vows. I mean, I love the colors in the background here, right? These are two people committing to one another, saying, I have your back for life. It's beautiful. Okay, so give me just a second here to take a look at the cards. And I just kind of want to see what I see, and then I'll go through and do the read for you. Yeah, so going into the read, right? Air signs, probably feeling some abundance in your life, right? Abundance in some degree, right? Abundance of love, abundance of material wealth, abundance of friends, but there's abundance there. So this is maybe the most gentle tower moment I've ever done a read for, right? So this tower moment, right, I'm not feeling a lot of heavy energy in it. It doesn't seem like it's anything too major. But what it creates, right, is a beautiful thing, because it creates and brings to some air signs the energy of the Empress. So this can be your own energy, air sign, or it can be somebody that you're with coming into your atmosphere that has this energy. It's a beautiful thing, and it comes after the tower. Now, I think that there are probably some air signs out there that may be in a relationship with a Taurus. But what these cards are saying is this is a good time for all air signs to kind of seek some of that spiritual guidance for yourself, right? Seek some of that spiritual wisdom wherever it is that you go for that kind of understanding, right, and inspiration. You want to pay really close attention to everything that's going on in your atmosphere, in your world right now. Don't miss out on any of the details. That's what the Queen of Pentacles is great at. So I sense that there are probably some air signs out there that you're coming out of this period of indecision, right? Now stepping into a relationship, right? You've decided to step into a relationship and to make a go of it. And this represents two people coming together, creating that love and trust. I mean, there's an abundance of love in this read. We have the Queen of Cups and the Knight in Shining Armor. So I don't know. I think that for air signs, I think this represents both of you. You and your partner, your significant other. Queen of Cups energy, the most loving queen, right? So for some of you, this is your energy. For others of you, this is the energy of who you're with. Same thing with the Knight in Shining Armor. For some of you, this is your energy. For others of you, it's the energy of the person you're with. Male, female, it doesn't matter. The key for air signs, in order to create, right, this beautiful outcome, it is imperative that you keep your balance, right? Maintain your balance, mind, body, and spirit. Pay close attention to your energy, right? Manage your energy effectively. And in so doing, it brings you happily ever after, right? Or that energy. This is a fantastic energy, right? This is kind of energy that all of us want to keep in our life all the time. Okay. All right, guys, I think I'm done with this read. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this read. I really enjoyed providing it to you. It's been a lot of fun. Have a great night. Happy New Year. Be safe. Be careful. Good luck to you in 2019.